Let's talk about why it's so challenging to launch a successful business that you love. A lot of people these days are looking at purpose-driven work that fulfills them, that serves other people, and provides a good, healthy, abundant income where you have flexibility, you can set your own schedule, work from anywhere. A lot of people are looking at meditation coaching or regular coaching, meditation teaching, and it's something that you can become successful in. Anyone can. But there are two primary blocks that I'd like to share with you, which is first, the fear of failure, and second, the fear of success. So the fear of failure, a lot of people who are in the healing arts or in spirituality, they want to be in this realm, but they don't put their whole self into it. They don't commit all the way. There's one foot in one world and one foot in another. And oftentimes people sort of do it as a hobby or they dabble. They don't go all the way with their coaching business. And because of that, they never get real results, because it's also a way to sort of have an out. If you don't put your whole self in it, there's no way to really fail. But then you're not really in it. So there are some other things that contribute to that, like not knowing what you're doing in your business, all the legalities or formalities of running a business, from, the work agreement to money exchange, things like that, that can on some level stop people from fully launching and going all the way. So if you have, for example, an avoidant personality and it's hard for you to hold people accountable or to have boundaries with the people that you work with, that's going to be a challenge, because you really need emotional maturity to take your work to the next level. You need to have those things set up, and it helps to streamline your work. So we provide these tools in our comprehensive business toolkit and Liberate, so that you don't have to apply a lot of your own resource, figuring out which booking calendar is the best, how to set up your website, what to write, all these things. It's kind of templated for you so that you have a basic structure to work from. So if you're still in the exploratory phase, which a lot of us go through in spirituality, which is our eat, pray, love journey, kind of floating around, going from this spiritual training event to the next one, and it's one training after the next training, and there isn't a real grounding that's there. That's so important, having that grounding, having a healthful integration back into the real world. That is the final step of the hero's journey, is the ability to walk successfully in both worlds, the spiritual world and also the real world, and learning how to apply your spirituality in a really practical way. But if you're stuck in no man's land, you could just be floating and seeking for a really long time, and in a sense moving in circles in a directionless, purposeless kind of way, or you're just only living for yourself. It's not that fulfilling. I do notice that when people have some money in the bank, it's easier for them to stay in this place than people that don't. And sometimes when you don't have that money, it forces you to go all the way in with your work and to really commit. So in that way, that drive, that hunger is there, and it makes you step fully into the work. You're no longer in that, what I call prince or princess mode of just seeking and dabbling and going to a lot of different spiritual events and kind of getting mixed up in energy that doesn't necessarily serve you as an individual or help you grow or make progress in the work you really want to do and the life that you really want to live. So that's the first, is the fear of failure. So noticing when you're not really committing because you don't want to look like a failure in any way. And the second is the fear of being successful. What if you were really successful in doing the work that you truly love and you've received abundance from it? Would people start to hate you or be jealous of you or think that you're arrogant or selfish or egoic? Would you feel like you're breaking away from the herd or your loved ones, your family? What is that unconscious belief that if you're successful, maybe you can't handle it? Would, in a sense, limit you because you wouldn't be able to handle the lifestyle of success. So take time to imagine being successful and what fears start to come up. What if people know who you are and say things about you? Maybe that's something that's a fear. If you're famous, if you're more known in your community, you're more out there now, it leaves room for judgment, people to judge you. So these are some other hidden unconscious beliefs that can be there that can also hold an individual back. So I leave you with several coaching questions to contemplate, as well as an exercise. So the first is, what's the worst that can happen if I fail? What's the worst that can happen if I fail? Or what's the worst that can happen if I fully commit and show up? If I fully commit and show up. And then thirdly, what's the worst that can happen if I completely succeed? What's the worst that can happen if you succeed? And then take some time to meditate and envision yourself being successful, balanced, prosperous, happy, and fulfilled in the work that you do. Really take that in and know that it's possible. And we help create that possibility for you through our Liberate Meditation Coach training, where you can learn how to make a good income. You can work with people individually. You can work with people in groups, online, in person. You can have individual clients and run them into a group membership or group meditation classes so that they're connected to a community. There are many different ways that you can make revenue streams through courses and trainings, through products, different outlets. So there are many opportunities, creative ways that you can generate income, teaching meditation and sharing it. It's an emerging field that keeps growing over 11% year over year. It's over $1 billion right now. It's one of the fastest growing health industry trends at this time. So if you want to be a pioneer, if you want to be somebody who shares calm and connection and get paid for that and have that really come back to you to bolster your own personal practice, then take some time and check out our Liberate Meditation Coach training, and definitely take some time to think about and journal these questions about your future, about your success or your failure.